As we're speaking, oil prices now, Brent crude is around $75 a barrel. This thing goes to $85, $90 a barrel. Mwah! Kiss the global equity markets goodbye and a lot of the economies. I mentioned India. Yeah, they have a stock market's booming, but their rupee is down against the dollar. India imports about 80% of its oil. 80% of its energy is imported. As the currency goes down, oil is based in dollars. They got to import a lot of this stuff. How are they going to pay for it? What's it going to do to the economy? And it'll bring down this economy too. So oil prices and interest rates, those are the two key factors to watch right now. Hi, this is Gerald Celente. What an honor to be on InfoWars and, of course, following Alex Jones. And what a wild ride we're on, huh? So today, I want to talk about a couple of things. The markets are on everybody's mind. Not everybody, but, you know, as the markets go, so too often does the economy. So there's a lot going on right now. And among the things that are going on right now, it's not a great day over here in the States on the market front. We're looking at the NASDAQ down over 1%. And those FANG stocks, those Facebooks and Amazon, Apples and Netflix and Googles, yeah, they're not doing as great as they should be doing in some of the aspects of them. I want to start with Facebook first. Used to be a thing called MySpace years ago. I was old enough to remember that one. It came and it went. And that's what we see with Facebook. The time that has come and gone for many ways. That doesn't mean it'll evaporate, but to think that there is just one major social media site like Facebook is a joke. Because after all, the Zuckerberg's a joke too, if you like jokesters. And there's really an entrepreneur opportunity to really out Google and out Facebook and out Twitter, what's there already. You know, trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. The whole technology trend, it's brand new. It's like being in 1900 and they just invented the automobile. Now we're in 1918. Well, they came out earlier than that, but really production started to go on. So we're only, that's where we are. I mean, the internet revolution really didn't even begin until around 1994. So there's a lot of growth opportunities and possibilities. And you're looking at it with these overvalued and overleveraged stocks. So in staying with the stock market and the FANGs and what's going on and how they're losing them FANGs, is a big factor here is that they're overvalued and overleveraged. You're just seeing Amazon making money now after losing it for many years. And they have a PE ratio that, it's out of sight. It's over the 200 marks, according to some analysts. And they're not making as much money in the retail sector as they are in other sectors. So what we're saying is that the markets are overvalued. And InfoWars warriors know that I was among the first magazine to come out and call the Trump rally real just weeks after he got elected in 2016. And we're also saying the Trump rally has peaked. And it's peaked for a variety of reasons. And one of the big ones is interest rates. You heard Trump about a week ago come out and say he's not thrilled with the rising interest rates. Guess what? Pending home sale numbers came out today. Yeah, they're up a little bit, but down from last year. We don't believe the nation could take higher interest rates. And it's a huge factor because what's going on now is that the United States is planning on raising interest rates while the Europeans, they just had a meeting last week. You know when they're going to raise them? They're in negative territory now. Maybe sometime next summer. So we're going to be right back. Stay tuned. Yep, there's a side to pick, and he's right. Truth. The truth shall make you free. That was actually, where I went to college, University of Charleston. That was the slogan. The truth shall set you free. And that's what it's really about. And I applaud Trump for going after the prostitutes. You know, a disgusting group of people. All they do is sell propaganda, lies, and agendas. And you know what a prostitute is. They get paid to put out by their Washington whoremasters and their corporate johns. So InfoWars is a very essential information source that's very hard to find anywhere else. So do all you can to support it. Support the products. I'm a male vitality guy. Love that stuff. When I'm feeling a little bit down, I get up. So it makes me feel really good. Great products, high quality, organic, a lot of them made in USA. And by the way, the whole tariff stuff, you know us, we said the tariff and trade war, it's a lot of nonsense. It's not going to happen the way the prostitutes are selling it. Of course, there's going to be a renegotiation of trade. Who wouldn't? And let's get this straight. It's not China that sold out this country. It's the American and European corporations. They outsourced their manufacturing to get it cheap in foreign nations using slave labor and gave away all the technology, much of it for which we, the people, paid for, so they could make more profits. Period. Paragraph. So the trade wars, I believe there's going to be victory on the trade war front, and I attribute that to Trump. And of course, you know, I'm a political atheist. I don't take sides. I don't like people, dislike them. I like the facts and what they bring. And when we go back to the Trump, you know, there's things I totally disagree with him on, particularly in the Iranian crisis. But again, I call it as I see it. I call a spade a spade. And I could say that now with anybody calling me racist because Obama's out of there now. So take it easy. And that's the other thing I'm tired about. Oh, if only black people were in, if only women were in, if only this were in or that were in. Good and bad comes in all races, creeds, colors, genders, religions, you name it. So I'm tired of people playing the race, gender, and religious cards. Save it for somebody else. You know, all I want it to be around is the best people that have the truth in their hearts and joy and beauty in their minds and in their actions and liberty in their soul. So I don't care what color, race, creed, or religion it comes in. But going back to the markets where I left off before, it's interest rates that are going to bring this thing down. It's very important. The United States is raising interest rates as other countries aren't, as I mentioned. They're not going to raise interest rates out of negative territory in the European Union until next summer, maybe. So the dollar's getting stronger, yes, because the economy is getting stronger, but also because the other economies are getting so weak, and interest rates are bringing up the dollar. Oh, and that's why you're seeing gold prices going down. And again, I call it like I see it. People call themselves gold bulls, this and that. I say calling yourself a bull is BS because it runs in different directions. And you could go back to our Trends Journal back in 2002. I was the first to call the beginning of the gold bull run. And after Trump got elected, I said, no, gold prices are going to start going down next year because interest rates are going to start going up. The dollar is going to get stronger. The stronger the dollar gets, the weaker gold goes. Having said all that, and again, I do not give financial advice. We believe gold is at the bottom right now, nearing it. You know, maybe another 50 bucks tops down, you know, below 1,200, because it cost about $1,200 to pull that stuff out of the ground. And when you look at from Peru to South Africa, that's the average price. Now let's go into another aspect about the economy, and I'm going to make this first segment, the first half hour, really economic news. And what we're looking at, again with the strong dollar, is that commodities are dollar-based. So yeah, the Indians like to buy gold, but their rupee is down 7%. The Chinese love to buy gold, but you're looking at the yuan now at a 13-month low. And no, they're not bringing it down purposely. When you're looking at the Chinese data, some of the numbers are bad as they were back in 1994 and 1996. So that's what we're really looking at here. You have to take the big picture into account. The investment in China is way, way down. Their trade, it's off. Yes, they're going to be able to export more as the yuan grows lower, but it costs them more to import. So I mentioned about, interest rates going up and things being based in dollars. Well, how about this one? Oil. As we're speaking, oil prices now, Brent crude is around $75 a barrel. This thing goes to $85, $90 a barrel. Mwah! Kiss the global equity markets goodbye and a lot of the economies. I mentioned India. Yeah, they have a stock market's booming, but their rupee is down against the dollar. India imports about 80% of its oil. 80% of its energy is imported. As the currency goes down, oil is based in dollars. They got to import a lot of this stuff. How are they going to pay for it? What's it going to do to the economy? And it'll bring down this economy too. So oil prices and interest rates, those are the two key factors to watch right now. And again, you can see it with the housing. I just mentioned about initial homes, pending home sales, but also look at existing home sales and new home sales numbers. They're down around a lot of the country and in pretty significant numbers. You take a look down and you go down to New York, you walk up down Broadway, go to the West Village, Soho, for rent, for rent, for rent, for rent, retail places for rent, for rent, for rent. And people say, oh yeah, they're doing that so they can get tax breaks. No, they're not. Maybe some are, because they can write that off. But no, it's too expensive. And people aren't making the money. When you look at the GDP number that came out, yeah, it was a nice GDP raise, but when you look at wages, where are they? Median household income is below 1999 levels. So wages, when you really adjust them for inflation, they're not going up much at all. So again, higher interest rates, how are you going to buy a home when the cost of a home is going up several percent, but your wages aren't even keeping pace with inflation? How are you going to shop more if you have to put more into your gas tank, costing you more that you would be spending in retail and restaurants? So these are the things to watch. So going back to our forecast, we believe gold is bottomed or near it, and the upside potential, once it goes over $1,450 an ounce, boom, zap, over to 2,000. But we haven't seen that in 5 years. So that's a number I would suggest anyone interested in gold starts looking at. And again, gold is hovering now around the $12.20 mark an ounce, and it got another $20 to $30 downside risk. So that's where the economy is, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about a lot more other geopolitical issues and economic issues that are going to be shaping the future. And with trend forecasting, what we try to do is to put you ahead of the news and on top of the trends so that you can prepare to survive and thrive. So we're going to come back in a little bit. Thank you very much. See you soon.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
Gonna hit me? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Look at that. Everybody else is just like yellow or clear. That's because it's been denatured, it's been watered down. We didn't do that. You think I would metaphysically sell you something that is the very best I can get? I'd rather go to hell than do that. I will only give you the maximum best info, the maximum truth, the maximum product, because I want that goodwill. What I do to you, I do to myself. Don't you get the big secret? You ever seen fish oil look like that? No, you never seen that, have you? And this little jewel right here is solid, liquid consciousness. Look it up. Find out how even the FDA and the government admits fish oil is incredible. The number one thing anybody can do for themselves is take good fish oil or krill oil. Just like our information is dynamite, so are our products, InfoWarsStore.com.